an experience that I had yesterday with my mom. She was just going all out. You failed, you failed, you failed. Because she has, boxes that you need to take to be like a successful woman, right? So if you don't take these boxes, and it comes from society, how she grew up, and even living here, she still has this, mindset. And she wasn't listening to what I was saying. I was just saying, I'm doing what I love, I'm thriving, I'm building something. It takes time. But she wasn't listening to that. She was like, no, failure, 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 right? Like, you fooled me, you fooled me. And it's so unfortunate. And when you're trying to have a dialogue, it's like, why are you saying that? Because she cares about what people think. I don't even know these people. Like, I don't even know these people. I've never seen them. Or if I saw them, it was, in my childhood. And I was like,
it's an epidemic. Yeah.
Yeah.
What
it's
people
like,
think.
You're not objective. You're not, what is going on here? And it's sucking up the energy. And if you're not strong, if you don't have this belief in yourself, it's just gonna put you down, right? You're just gonna be like, I'm a failure because my mom says a failure. And like how how moms opinions are important for us, especially as girls. So I was like, wow, okay, but be kind, okay, do not react, I was just asking questions to really understand what is her thinking process looking like. So I wanted to share that.
I can really relate. This is one of the controversial things I was trying to avoid, this whole like dialogue that we have with our parents, actually. Yeah. But I do believe, and this is a very poignant point, that this patriarchy, this religious patriarchy that we have, breeds narcissism. Yeah. It breeds a narcissism in our men, in our women, and who become parents. And I think it's just become epidemic, narcissism. And it's and the problem is that the victims tend to be the girls, because they're the weakest members of society, especially young girls. Yeah. They're the ones who get the biggest, the brunt of the, let's say, of the dark side of patriarchy. They're the ones who really get it. And it's all based on what, men, how to serve men. And these women, when I told you the misogynistic women, basically they are preserving the status quo. They are supporting patriarchy. They're supporting patriarchy, and they are then and by the way, this is all unconscious. We have to understand this is not
yes, 100%. Yeah.
I'm not saying they're bad people. I'm not saying they are, yes, I would say misguided, but they're just unaware. It's an unawareness that this is even happening. It's just, there's just a system, and they are cogs in this system.
Exactly.
And this is why I think it's up to us, this generation, to start breaking that cycle. 100%, because at least we have that awareness. We have this, multicultural and this kind of inner awareness, and we don't just follow, because we've seen extremes clashing. Right. So we are capable of then creating a space where we can actually stop, analyze, and review like what is going on and why is this happening and is this necessary. So the narcissism, I think, has it's crept into our homes, it's crept into our communities, and I think it's a big reason why like appearances are suddenly so important. People are much more selfish about their reasons for doing things. So I think, I'm not talking about just your mother here, but our mothers in general. The shame here, or the blame, is not so much it's not really about you. It's about them, their family name, their image, right? Yeah. So this is so it's no longer about what's good for you, or what is, what you necessarily want to do. It's more about what everybody else thinks you should do. And And I just think it's unfortunate. And I find, I mean, I'm not pretending to know how to fix this, but like I said, I think at least awareness on our part, at least asking the right questions, understanding that this is wrong, and maybe talking about that.
Yeah.
You know, that maybe this is not the best way of thinking. Maybe this is not, you know, the most constructive or the most beneficial way of thinking. You know, maybe there are other ways of thinking.